Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, President of BFS. This is the fourth and final video in this four-part series on reducing expenses in your childcare company or school. Today, I'll be discussing how to keep food supply costs below 6% of gross revenue, how to keep utilities cost under 3% of gross revenue, and how to balance your advertising cost effectively. Let's start with food supplies cost. Food costs can normally be kept below 4% while feeding the children well. And the cost of food supplies, that's plates, napkins, plasticware, cups, etc., can be purchased for 2% of gross revenue. Beyond the obvious task of shopping at wholesale clubs, try the following. Look for area organizations that connect entrepreneurs for greater purchasing power with local stores. 2. Review organizations that you may already belong to, as some of these organizations may have this type of benefit for you, but it isn't listed as the primary benefit of the organization. 3. Shop online for non-perishable items. 4. Buy in bulk. 5. Form your own group to assist in buying in bulk. It does not have to be made solely of early education companies. The group only needs to have common interests to create buying power and savings. Utilities are next. Most of the time, this expense can be kept below 3% of gross revenue. While there's certainly less flexibility in shopping utilities, there are ways to control these costs. Where the option exists, shop utility providers against one another like any other vendor. Next, take advantage of discounts for early payment. Next, when appropriate, open the windows and turn off the heat or air conditioning. You'll cut costs, and fresh air is a perk for all of us. If you pay for snow removal, get bids for this service once a year, as bids for this type of work can change materially from season to season. It's also important to balance your advertising cost with effectiveness. The best advertising expense is when a cost of 0 meets an enrollment of 100%. Very few centers or schools ever see this balance, but it does happen in cases where schools have proven themselves to so many people that free word-of-mouth advertising allows these centers to enjoy a waiting list of people hoping to enroll their children. Until that time, the more typical business world requires that your company spends advertising dollars. In spite of the fact that it isn't always easy, remember to track your advertising dollars so you can tell where you're over and under spending. For example, if you spend an additional $10,000 on direct mail, but it only yields $20,000 in revenues and $4,000 in new profits, then you'll be better served to spend those dollars elsewhere. While this example is mathematically simple, it isn't always easy to see the diminishing margin of return in advertising dollars. The key is to never coast. Constantly review and adjust your advertising mix so you can continue moving toward the best advertising expense, where 0 meets 100%. Hey, that's it. These benchmarks are very normal and very achievable. I hope this information helps you. If you didn't watch the first 2 videos in this series, now could be a good time to take a look and tie these savings tools together. Okay? We'll talk with you soon.